Swing.
Hey Connie, okay, so yeah, obviously what we spoke about on the course and what I showed you in terms of your ball position alignment and then your body angles and understanding how the golf swing works. You know, obviously that was working a treat and just keep it up. So this is an earlier one, so we can, even from here, we can actually see the ball position is wrong, even though it's a down the line angle. And we can definitely tell how open those shoulders are, way out to the left. Okay, backswing then comes inside. Now already we're starting to lose body angles here. A lot of tilting at the top. Okay, obviously a bit of an overswing, okay, but that did get better during the round. Okay, it's more a loss of body angles, and then when you're coming down, having to try and lean backwards, you can see how everything's going away from the golf ball. And how low your cramped your right side is here through impact. Okay, and obviously that ball went out to the left, and another day with the open face. From there, that ball goes way right. Okay, obviously sometimes some strike issues as well. Okay, now obviously things got better and better through the round. But even this one, you can see how much more comfortable and balanced you look. Shoulders are aiming down the fairway. Okay, really we look a little bit more balanced and stronger there. Okay. And still a little overswing, but now you don't lose your angles as much. You see, you don't lean your upper body as much. Okay, we are going to work on that overswing, but we're just starting with the body angles. And now you'll see the difference at impact. Okay, so the club hits the back of the ball instead of being outside the ball. And obviously your body angles are fine. You've got lots of space, lots of leverage. Shoulders are level, they're not cramping. Okay, and then obviously a lovely release. And a balance followed like a whole different golf swing. We didn't actually change the golf swing. And that's the really cool part. So he did really well, and we'll work a little bit on that backswing on the full swing, and then obviously a little bit of understanding, reading lies and stuff on the short game. Okay, but otherwise, super work. I'm really happy. Well done. Hi Connie, I hope you had a great long weekend. Thanks again for Friday. It was really, really fun and great to meet you. So obviously we spoke about a couple of things there on the golf course. And basically what we're saying is, through the bag, okay, we don't want to deliver the club like this. Okay, and then if the club stays square, then obviously that ball is going to go right. Okay, because we're attacking the ball with that right shoulder low underneath. And then if we try and flick the face, then it's going to go left. Okay, so that's predominantly what we're talking about. Okay, about just being able to continue rotating, okay, on that same angle, okay, to a nice high balanced finish. Okay, so we're going to keep rotating on that same angle, nice high finish. None of that maneuver there. Okay, right, now especially with the driver, a little bit of the irons, but especially with the driver, a lot of it was a setup, wasn't it? So that ball position's out there, shoulders way out to the left. Okay, we tried to square that all up. Okay, and once we squared it all up, your setup went from this to this. So that looked really good. Same with the irons, and then obviously with the irons we spoke about trying to lay them as flat as possible, don't let them sit with the toe high, the heel is going to catch the ground. Okay, now we can see from the video we've got a little bit of backswing work to do there. It is more with the driver than the irons, but a little bit of work to do there. But everything else really flowed nicely, didn't it? Once you started rotating on a nice, neat, controlled circle, built around a solid posture, okay, then obviously everything was really good. You had some unbelievably good shots. Right, so that just takes us a little bit into the short game. Alright, so we're starting predominantly with figuring out, okay, obviously it's the same movement, okay, so just a little semicircle, everything neat, okay, no angles changing, no changing of the angles, okay, and then from there, okay, we're just trying to figure out the variables. So we're starting off with chipping out of the rough versus chipping out of the fairway, okay, chipping uphill versus chipping downhill. Okay, the firmness of the greens, and then whether we're using the 56 or 60. Okay, so we're going to keep adding or subtracting the ratios through all of those things. Okay, so for an example, okay, if you're chipping out the fairway, you're going to get a nice clean strike with a bit of spin. So your landing ratio moves closer to the hole. Alright? Then we're going to use our 60 degree. Once again, your landing ratio moves closer to the hole again. Oh, but I'm landing on a downslope, so my ratio moves back again. Okay? So that leaves us, let's say, at about 60% of the way there. Okay, then we read the last meter or so as a putt. Okay, but left to right, and off we go. Okay, next hole, up the rough. Okay, cool, bring your landing ratio back. I'm going to use my 54, bring my landing ratio back. Okay, it's uphill, move my landing ratio forward. Then read. Okay, and so you go every single time. Pick your spot, visualize the shot, okay, and then execute accordingly. Alright, so it's going to take a lot of time. You're going to make some mistakes along the way, that's fine. Alright, right now it's more about the setup, the technique. Okay, and then the last thing we spoke about the lob wedge, okay, is that in the fairway, okay, it stands nice and flush. Obviously not a lob wedge, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, it doesn't lie toe up, and it definitely doesn't open up like that. Okay, now you're just exposing the leading edge using too much bounce. You're going to thin that up the fairway. Alright, and then bunkers, you were doing the opposite. So bunkers, you're sitting that thing flush. Okay, whereas bunker is the one we want to open it and use that bounce correctly. Alright, so bunkers, wide stance, bit of knee flex, fan that face open. Okay, every other time, narrow, balanced, middle stance, club lying square, and we just make a neat little semicircle. We're just catching that ball right in the middle, catching that ball, pitching just a little bit wider, same thing. Everything neat and constant and predictable. That's what we're after. Okay, thank you, and we will talk about our technical session and how to move forward. Okay, look forward to you breaking 80. That's what I'm after.